All right, everyone get ready because today we are going deep into the world of 3D design.
Oh, exciting.
But we're not just looking at the finished product, the click and print magic you see all over social media. We are going way behind the scenes and beyond those perfect STL files,
Yeah, those STL.
which for anyone who doesn't know stands for standard tessellation language.
The most common file format for 3D printing?
Exactly.
It's like, when you see a beautiful cake?
Yeah,
This deep dive is like going into the messy kitchen where it was all made.
that's a good analogy.
We only see the end product, but rarely the journey.
Oh, so true. And to guide us on this messy journey, our source material is an article
Okay.
called The Bloody, Literally Tale of a 3D Designer Support Creators Before We Turn into Skeletons.
Wow.
Yeah, you heard that right.
Okay, so we're not sugarcoating anything here.
Definitely not. I love it. Get ready for a raw and unfiltered look at how intense this world of digital creation can actually be.
And I think what makes this source so fascinating is that it really highlights all of the hidden demands of 3D design, right?
Right.
The physical and emotional toll that it takes that people don't often see.
Yeah, because there is this perception that it's just all digital and effortless.
Right, click a button and poof, you have a perfect design.
Magic. But this designer really lays it all out there. They talk about spending hours hunched over the computer,
Oh, I know that feeling.
battling with crazy complex geometry in Fusion 360.
Which, by the way, is a super popular CAD software.
Yes, and sometimes they are working until like 2:00 a.m.
Oh, the eye strain.
Can you even imagine?
I can relate to those late nights.
Yeah.
Not just for 3D designers, but for anyone in like a creative field, right?
It's true.
There is this immense pressure to constantly iterate, refine, get it perfect, and of course meet those deadlines.
And all while maintaining a social life and sleep and sanity.
Yeah, exactly. And what's often missing from the conversation, though, is the impact it has on mental and physical well-being.
Right. And there are actually studies that show that creative professionals experience burnout way more than other professions.
Yeah, significantly higher.
It's like they're running on fumes.
Coffee and willpower, yeah.
Exactly. And speaking of physical demands, for this designer, it's not like they just click a button and boom, a perfect sculpture appears. They describe the post-processing stage
Okay.
as a battlefield,
Oh, wow.
complete with bleeding fingers from all the sanding and the carving, and then there are those clouds of plastic dust
From the 3D printer.
yeah, that just settle everywhere.
Ooh, I can only imagine.
It's a great example of how even in our digital age, real craftsmanship still requires hands-on skill and physical effort.
Like, remember those artisans back in the day? Meticulously chiseling away at those marble statues?
Oh, yeah.
They're kind of like the modern day version of that, right?
Absolutely, wielding these digital tools and battling with material limitations with those tiny nozzles.
To make those creations come to life.
And just like those old school artisans, modern 3D designers deserve to be compensated fairly.
Oh, yes.
For all their skill and effort. The creator of our source material makes this really compelling argument for fair pricing. They even go so far as to break down the cost of bandages and antiseptic as part of their business expenses.
Wow. Okay.
It's kind of funny,
Yeah.
but it really makes you stop and think.
There's a bigger point here, I think, about the way creative work is valued or devalued in this digital age.
Yeah.
We are so used to getting things so quickly and cheaply online.
Instant gratification
Yeah.
and low prices.
Yeah, so we forget that there are actual humans behind it all with real skills and expertise.
The time and the effort.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like expecting a chef to just give away their secret recipe for free.
Just because you have a stove and some pots and pans. Right.
Yeah.
There's a level of skill and artistry that deserves to be recognized and rewarded.
For sure. And that brings us to another important point that our designer makes. The whole issue of file sharing.
Ah, it's the dreaded share button.
This designer does not hold back, let me tell you. They describe how seeing their hard work being shared around for free is soul-crushing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they talk about the financial impact, of course, but also the emotional toll, like a feeling of disrespect
Yeah.
and disregard for all the effort that they poured into it.
It makes sense. I mean, this is a huge issue in the digital age.
For sure.
On one hand, sharing is great, right?
Yeah.
It's democratized access to all this information and creativity.
More people can experience it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But on the other hand,
It can undervalue the work.
yeah, it's created this culture where intellectual property is not respected
Mm-hmm.
and easily infringed upon.
Right.
So we need to figure out a way to balance this out, right?
Yeah, it's tricky.
Respecting creators,
Mm-hmm.
but also keeping things accessible.
Yeah, it's a complex issue. And honestly, I don't know if there's an easy answer. But our designer does offer one interesting solution, the affiliate program.
Okay, tell me more.
So instead of fighting against this tide of file sharing, they kind of embrace it, but they do it in a clever way.
Okay.
They encourage people to share links to their designs, but through an affiliate program, so that people who share can earn a small commission.
So you can share the design with your friends,
Yeah,
but the creator still gets compensated.
exactly. Win-win.
I love that.
It's a pretty brilliant idea, but there's another layer to this that I found really fascinating, and we are going to dive into that in the next part.
All right, stay tuned, everyone. You know, when you buy a 3D design file, you're not just getting like a blueprint for some object.
Right. It's so much more than that.
It's like you are buying a piece of that creative journey.
You're supporting the whole process.
Exactly. You're supporting all of those hours that went into it.
Yeah, the problem solving.
The artistic vision.
The literal blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, all those bleeding fingers.
And when you think about it like that, suddenly hitting that share button feels a lot less harmless.
For sure.
It's easy to forget that there's a real person.
With feelings.
Yeah.
Behind all of that.
On the other side of that screen.
And a livelihood.
Yeah. And that's why I think it's so important to be a conscious consumer, especially in this digital world.
Absolutely.
When we choose to support creators ethically, whether it's buying directly or, participating in those affiliate programs.
Or even just spreading the word responsibly.
Yeah, we're actively contributing to their success.
It's a partnership.
Yeah, I love that. And our designer puts it so well. They say, when you pay fair prices, you're telling creators, hey, I see you, I see your struggle, and I respect it.
Wow, that's powerful.
I know, right?
Especially in a field where, the value of art and creative work is often debated.
Always up for interpretation.
Yeah.
But beyond that kind of individual validation, it's also about building a culture of mutual respect and appreciation, not just for the finished product,
But for the whole process.
the whole journey.
The journey.
Yeah, and by supporting creators, I think we're investing in a richer and more diverse creative ecosystem.
100%. Because a world with more art
Yeah,
is a world I want to live in.
definitely. But, it's not just about the present either. Our source also talks about how supporting creators has implications for the future, too.
Right. It's about sustainability.
Exactly.
When we support creators, we're not just rewarding what they've already done, but we're also enabling them to do more,
Yeah, giving them the resources to grow,
to experiment.
to push boundaries.
And, every time you buy a design from a creator that you like, you're basically casting a vote.
Like an investment in the future you want to see.
Exactly.
So we're not just passive consumers then. We're active participants in shaping the creative landscape.
Absolutely. And speaking of landscapes, have you noticed how much 3D design is popping up everywhere these days?
It really is.
From architecture to product design?
Special effects in movies and video games.
It's an essential tool now in so many different industries.
It's true. I actually just saw this amazing documentary about how 3D printing is being used to make prosthetic limbs
Wow.
for kids.
That's incredible.
Talk about using technology for good.
Right.
And none of that would be possible without all those designers out there.
Pushing the boundaries of 3D modeling.
Yeah, they're the unsung heroes.
But there's another layer to this, too, that we haven't really touched on yet.
Okay.
The psychological impact
Oh, yeah.
that creative work has on the people doing it.
Our designer was so honest about this, the emotional roller coaster of it all.
Oh, the ups and downs.
Yeah, the self-doubt, those moments of pure joy, and then complete despair.
Which I think is something a lot of creative people can relate to.
Definitely.
Creative work is amazing, but it can also be so isolating
Mm-hmm.
and emotionally exhausting.
Yeah, and there's so much pressure.
To be original, to meet deadlines, to handle criticism.
And to balance your passion with practicality.
Trying to find that balance.
It's a constant struggle.
And that's where having an audience that supports you can be so crucial.
Absolutely.
It's not even just about the money.
Right.
It's about that validation,
Mm-hmm.
the encouragement.
Knowing that people out there appreciate what you're doing.
It makes all the difference.
It's like having that cheering section
Yeah.
pushing you to keep going,
You keep creating.
keep pushing those boundaries.
And that brings us to another really important question.
Yeah.
What about the creators who are just starting out,
Right, the ones who are still building their audiences.
who haven't had that viral moment yet?
They're the future of the field,
Uh,
but they face a whole other set of challenges.
yeah, like trying to build a following from scratch,
Dealing with rejection.
navigating those digital marketplaces.
A lot.
And that's where I think we as a community
Yeah,
have a responsibility to step up and support them.
absolutely.
But it's not just about like throwing money at the problem.
Yeah.
How can we offer support that really makes a difference?
Well, I think one of the most powerful things we can do is to amplify their voices.
Yeah.
Share their work on social media, leave them reviews, talk about them with your friends.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth is so important.
Yeah.
These small actions can really help them get noticed.
And reach a wider audience.
Yeah.
And you never know,
Yeah,
That one share, that one comment could be the thing that launches their career.
it could change everything.
Exactly.
And supporting emerging creators isn't just like some altruistic thing.
Right.
It's about enriching our own lives.
By bringing more creativity into the world.
Yeah, by embracing these new perspectives.
Discovering new voices.
Expanding our own horizons.
Finding hidden gems.
It's like exploring a new place and coming across a beautiful view.
I love that analogy. Yeah. And as those emerging creators gain momentum,
Mm-hmm.
they contribute to a more vibrant and diverse creative landscape.
It's this ripple effect that benefits everybody.
Exactly.
So the next time you come across a designer just starting out,
Take a moment to really engage with their work.
leave a comment.
Share a link.
Maybe even buy a design.
Your support, no matter how small.
Can make a difference.
Because in the end, supporting creators isn't just about the art itself,
It's about investing in those people,
in the human spirit.
nurturing that creative spark.
Building a world where everyone has the opportunity to share their talents.
That's beautiful. And on that inspiring note, we'll leave you with a final thought to ponder. What creative seeds will you choose to nurture today?
Remember, supporting creators is an investment in the future of creativity.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of 3D design. Until next time, keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep supporting those creators who make our world more beautiful and inspiring. And for all those late-night 3D designing warriors out there, maybe keep a first aid kit handy.
And a really strong pot of coffee.
Definitely. Okay, so we've talked about how much dedication it takes to be a 3D designer,
The artistry.
the blood, sweat, and tears.
Literally, yeah.
We've even talked about how important it is to support creators ethically and how that goes beyond just buying their work.
Right, it's about a mindset.
Exactly. But now I kind of want to shift gears a little bit and talk about those creators who are just starting out in this world.
The up-and-comers.
Yeah, the emerging talent, they have all these fresh ideas,
So much potential.
but they also face a really unique set of challenges.
It can be tough to break into this field.
It's like trying to climb a mountain with no map and no guide.
And no gear.
Right. How do you even begin to figure out how to navigate all of these digital marketplaces and algorithms and online communities?
It's a steep learning curve.
For sure. Imagine putting all that work into creating this amazing 3D model.
Spending hours and hours on it.
Yeah, and then you put it out there and it just gets lost.
In a sea of other designs.
Yeah, it can be so discouraging.
Totally.
And that's where we as a community can really make a difference.
We have a responsibility to support these emerging creators.
Absolutely. But it's not just about money, right?
Right.
How can we offer support that really empowers them?
Well, I think one of the simplest but most effective things we can do is amplify their voices.
Get the word out.
Exactly.
So share their work on social media.
Leave thoughtful reviews,
Yeah, those reviews mean so much.
especially on platforms like Etsy or Cults 3D.
Even just mentioning their name to a friend,
Word of mouth is so powerful.
It can make such a difference. All these little actions can help them gain more visibility.
Help them reach a wider audience.
And you never know, that one share, that one comment,
Could be the thing that really launches their career,
that makes them go viral.
that helps them break through.
Yeah, exactly.
And, supporting emerging creators. It's not just about being altruistic.
It's mutually beneficial.
It is. It's about enriching our own lives too, right?
Bringing more creativity into the world.
Expanding our own horizons.
Discovering those hidden gems.
It's like going on an adventure and finding something amazing that nobody else knows about.
Yeah, that feeling of discovery.
And as those emerging creators grow, and they refine their craft and build their audiences.
They contribute to a more diverse and dynamic creative ecosystem.
It benefits everyone.
I love that. It's like a ripple effect.
Exactly.
So the next time you come across a designer who's just starting out,
Take a minute, engage with their work,
leave a comment.
share a link, buy something if you can,
Because your support
no matter how small.
can make a real difference.
In the end, supporting creators, it's not just about the art itself.
It's about investing in those people.
In the future of creativity.
Exactly. It's about nurturing that creative spark.
And building a world where everyone has the chance to share their gifts.
Beautifully said. And on that inspiring note, we'll leave you with one final thought to ponder. What creative seeds will you choose to nurture today?
Remember, supporting creators is an investment in a brighter future for everyone.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of 3D design. Until next time, keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep supporting those incredible artists and creators who make our world a more beautiful and inspiring place.
Absolutely.
And for all those late-night designing warriors out there, maybe keep a first aid kit handy, just in case.
And an extra strong pot of coffee.
Definitely.